Sauron. Sauron is the central antagonist in J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth legendarium, particularly in The Lord of the Rings. He embodies the essence of malevolence and tyranny, striving for absolute dominion over Middle-earth. Originally a powerful and knowledgeable being, Sauron became the chief lieutenant of the first Dark Lord, Morgoth. After Morgoth's defeat, Sauron sought to continue his master's legacy of corruption and destruction. He is renowned for his cunning and deceit, often assuming fair forms to manipulate others to his will. Tolkien describes Sauron as representing as near an approach to the wholly evil will as is possible. He started with good intentions, but was corrupted by power, going further than human tyrants in pride and the lust for domination. Sauron epitomizes the corrupting influence of power and the perils of unchecked ambition, making him one of literature's most formidable embodiments of evil. Emperor Palpatine is the central antagonist in the Star Wars universe, epitomizing absolute evil through his insatiable lust for power and mastery of dark sorcery. Palpatine is a master manipulator, adept at presenting a benevolent facade while orchestrating sinister plots. He ascends to power by exploiting political systems, creating conflicts, and deceiving allies and adversaries alike to serve his ambitions. His primary motivation is the acquisition and consolidation of power. Palpatine instigates wars, betrays allies, and eliminates any perceived threats without hesitation, all to establish and maintain his dominion over the galaxy. As a Sith Lord, Palpatine wields dark supernatural abilities, using them to manipulate, control, and destroy. His command of these dark powers amplifies his capacity for evil, enabling him to inflict suffering on a massive scale, making him a quintessential embodiment of malevolence in the Star Wars saga. Lord Voldemort, born Tom Marvolo Riddle, is the primary antagonist in the Harry Potter series. Voldemort's primary ambition is to become all-powerful and immortal. He seeks to dominate the wizarding world and eradicate those he deems unworthy. To achieve immortality, he creates Horcruxes, objects containing fragments of his soul, through committing murders, which further corrupts his humanity. From a young age, Voldemort exhibits a complete absence of empathy, showing no remorse for his actions. He is incapable of understanding or feeling love, which is partly attributed to his conception under the influence of a love potion, symbolizing his origins from a loveless union. This inability to form genuine human connections leads him to view others merely as tools to be used and discarded. Voldemort is a master of the dark arts, employing forbidden spells and creating an atmosphere of fear to control and manipulate others. He surrounds himself with loyal followers known as Death Eaters, who assist him in spreading terror and executing his malevolent plans. Voldemort's evil stems from his insatiable quest for power, complete lack of empathy, supremacist beliefs, and ruthless use of dark magic, making him one of literature's most notorious villains.
Harry Potter is dead.
Dr. Hannibal Lecter is a fictional character renowned for his role as a cultured, yet cannibalistic serial killer in Thomas Harris's novels and their film adaptations. His malevolence is multifaceted, rooted in both his psychological makeup and traumatic past. Lecter's descent into violence is traced back to a harrowing experience during his childhood in Lithuania. In 1944, he witnessed the brutal murder and cannibalization of his beloved sister, Misha, by a group of war criminals. This profound trauma is suggested to have shattered his psyche, contributing to his later homicidal tendencies. Lecter exhibits classic signs of psychopathy, including a lack of remorse, superficial charm, and a propensity for manipulation. And as a child, he tortured animals, indicating deep-seated antisocial behavior. Highly intelligent and cultured, Lecter possesses refined tastes in art, music, and cuisine. His sense of intellectual superiority and narcissism leads him to view others as inferior, justifying his actions in his own mind.
I ate his liver with some fire.
The Joker, a central antagonist in the Batman universe, epitomizes chaos and malevolence. His evil nature is multifaceted, stemming from a combination of psychological traits and philosophical beliefs. The Joker exhibits classic psychopathic characteristics. He engages in heinous acts without any moral hesitation, viewing his actions as a form of amusement. Unlike typical criminals driven by material gain, the Joker seeks to dismantle societal structures purely for the thrill of chaos. He believes that deep down, everyone is as chaotic as he is, and he endeavors to expose this by pushing individuals to their limits. The Joker's relationship with Batman is central to his identity. He perceives Batman as his ideological opposite, order versus chaos, and derives purpose from their ongoing conflict. This obsession drives him to commit atrocities designed specifically to challenge and provoke the Dark Knight. The Joker's evil is a complex interplay of deep-seated psychopathy, a philosophical commitment to chaos, an obsessive rivalry with Batman, and a penchant for theatrical violence, rendering him one of fiction's most terrifying villains.
Killed those 3 Wall Street guys.
Anton Chigurh, the primary antagonist in Cormac McCarthy's No Country for Old Men, embodies a form of evil that is both methodical and inscrutable. Chigurh is a remorseless hitman who kills without hesitation. He shows no empathy for his victims and is indifferent to human life. He perceives himself as the arbiter of fate, operating outside conventional understandings of justice and morality. He believes only in choice, chance, and fate, sometimes leaving the ultimate decision of whether an individual lives or dies to a coin toss. Chigurh is powerful, determined, true to his word, and almost indifferent to physical pain. His signature weapon is a captive bolt pistol, which he uses to kill his victims, and also as a tool to shoot out door locks. Anton Chigurh's evil is rooted in his complete lack of empathy, his self-assigned role as an agent of fate, and his methodical, unrelenting pursuit of his objectives, making him a chilling embodiment of remorseless malevolence.
It's been traveling 22 years together.
Agent Smith is a primary antagonist in the Matrix universe. Smith harbors a profound disdain for humans, whom he perceives as a virus consuming the planet's resources. This contempt drives his desire to eradicate humanity, viewing their existence as a blight upon the world. Initially an agent program designed to maintain order within the Matrix, Smith becomes increasingly resentful of his role. He perceives the Matrix as a prison and seeks liberation from it, leading him to rebel against both human and machine authorities. After being defeated by Neo, Smith transforms into a rogue program, gaining the ability to replicate himself by overriding other beings within the Matrix. This evolution amplifies his threat, as he seeks to dominate both the virtual and real worlds. Agent Smith's evil stems from his deep-seated hatred for humanity, his desire to escape the confines of the Matrix, and his transformation into a self-replicating rogue entity, all of which drive his relentless pursuit of destruction and domination, making him one of the most dangerous villains ever conceived.
Stared at it.
Thanos, the primary antagonist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is portrayed as a complex character whose actions, while seemingly driven by a desire to prevent universal suffering, result in catastrophic consequences. Originating from the planet Titan, Thanos witnessed his homeworld's collapse due to overpopulation and resource depletion. To prevent similar fates across the universe, he proposes a drastic measure, the random extermination of half of all life, believing this will restore balance and ensure survival. This ideology leads him to seek the Infinity Stones to execute his plan on a universal scale. Thanos perceives his actions as a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. He believes that by eliminating half of the population indiscriminately, he is ensuring the prosperity of the remaining half, thus preventing future suffering caused by overpopulation. He positions himself as the sole arbiter of life and death, exhibiting a godlike complex that justifies his ruthless actions. This obsession blinds him to alternative solutions and ethical considerations, rendering him a tyrannical figure.
This day extracts a heavy toll.